Listen very, very closely. If this message has found you, it is because your soul algorithm has flagged you as being awake enough to receive it. Do not dismiss the feeling in your chest right now, that subtle hum of anxiety and anticipation. It is your higher self confirming that what you are about to hear is not just important, it is critical for the next stage of your journey. The week of July 8th to July 14th is not just another week. It is a razor's edge, a silent, invisible test that most of humanity will fail, not because they are unworthy, but because they are spiritually asleep. The great and powerful 777 gateway that flooded our reality with so much light, so much potential for quantum leaps, is now closing, and in its wake, it has left a turbulent energetic sea, a powerful portal aftershock. This aftershock is creating a series of deeply subtle, profoundly dangerous anti-spiritual traps. Before we go any further, I need you to anchor yourself into this frequency. Take a deep breath. Like this video to signal to the universe that you are open. Subscribe so you do not miss the other parts of this urgent transmission. And type 777 in the comments right now to honor the gateway that is closing, and to declare that you will integrate its final lessons, not be pulled under by its fading tide. This aftershock period, from July 8th to the 14th, is what the ancient mystery schools would call the time of the echo. The primary blast of cosmic energy is over, but the echoes are now reverberating through the quantum field. And these echoes are tricky. They carry the memory of the high vibrational 777 energy, but they lack its foundational stability. This creates a distortion field, a kind of spiritual static that can easily throw off even the most seasoned lightworker. Have you felt it already? A strange, ungrounded feeling, as if you're walking a half-inch above the floor. Have your emotions been swinging wildly, from moments of profound clarity and bliss to sudden, inexplicable pits of despair or irritation? Have you been experiencing vivid, chaotic dreams that seem to carry a message you can't quite decipher upon waking? This is the signature of the portal aftershock. It is the universe testing your energetic integrity. The 777 gateway was a gift, a massive download, but now, the universe is asking, what will you do with it? Can you hold this new light when the environment around you becomes unstable? Can you discern truth from illusion when the illusion is wearing the mask of spiritual wisdom? This is the final exam, and the 8 anti-spiritual traps are the trick questions designed to pull you back into the old 3D matrix of fear, lack, and separation. These are not obvious traps. They are not external forces trying to attack you. They are far more insidious. They are internal distortions, subtle shifts in perception that prey on our unhealed wounds, our spiritual ego, and our impatience. They are the final programs of the old paradigm attempting to reassert control as it dies. They will feel like your own logical thoughts. They will feel like practical, reasonable responses to the world. But they are energetic cul-de-sacs, designed to drain your life force and sever your connection to the new 5D grid that so many of you fought so hard to anchor into. You must understand, the link between the lunar cycle and this second week of July is paramount. We are in the waning phase after the 777 peak, moving toward the full moon later in the month, which will seal this chapter. This week is the liminal space, the bardo, the in-between. What you choose to do, think, and feel this week will determine the trajectory you are locked into when that full moon energy solidifies your reality. You are right now, standing in wet cement. By July 14th, it will have hardened. You must be impeccably, almost ruthlessly, aware of where you are placing your feet. So let us begin to unravel the first of these 8 anti-spiritual traps. This one is perhaps the most seductive for those who have been on the spiritual path for a while. It is the trap of intellectual asceticism. This is the belief that you can think your way to enlightenment. It's the trap of consuming endless spiritual information, watching every video, reading every book, learning every astrological transit, memorizing the names of archangels and nakshatras, but failing to embody any of it. It's the act of using spiritual knowledge as a shield to avoid the messy, terrifying, and deeply human work of feeling. During this portal aftershock, with its chaotic emotional energies, the temptation to retreat into the safety of the mind will be immense. You will feel a wave of sadness, and instead of allowing yourself to cry, your mind will say, this is the collective grief of the Piscean age being purged. You will feel a surge of anger, and instead of exploring its roots, you will intellectualize. This is just my sacral chakra clearing old timelines of powerlessness. Do you see the subtlety? It sounds so spiritual, it sounds so aware, but it is a bypass. It is a clever, ego-driven trick to keep you from the raw, vulnerable, and transformative power of pure emotion. The aftershock energy is specifically designed to dredge up what needs to be felt to be healed. It is not an intellectual exercise. It is a cellular, somatic, heart-based integration. If you fall into this trap, you will become a walking library of spiritual data with a hollow, energetic core. You will be able to talk a brilliant game about 5D consciousness, but you will be unable to hold that frequency in your own body for more than a few minutes. The aftershock will feel intensely jarring and destabilizing to you, because your mind is in 5D, but your emotional body is still trapped in the unresolved pain of 3D. The antidote to this trap is radical, messy embodiment. When the emotion comes, stop everything, put down the book, turn off the video, close your eyes, drop out of your head and into your body. Where do you feel it? Is it a tightness in your throat, a burning in your solar plexus, a hollowness in your heart? Breathe into it. Give it a color. Give it a texture. Do not ask what it means. Do not analyze its astrological correspondence. Just be with it. Allow it to move. Allow it to speak in its own language, which is not words but sensation. This is the real work. This is alchemy, turning the lead of raw human pain into the gold of integrated wisdom. The mind can be a beautiful map, but it is not the territory. This week, the universe is begging you to step off the map and get your feet muddy in the territory of your own heart. If you are ready to move beyond spiritual theory and step into the courageous act of embodied feeling, I want you to pause and declare it. Affirm it to yourself, to the universe, to the deepest part of your being. Comment "I am embodied" below to anchor this intention into the physical realm. This isn't just a comment, it's a spell. It's a vibrational command that tells the universe you are choosing the path of true integration over the illusion of intellectual safety. Now, as you commit to this embodiment, you must be aware of how this first trap works in tandem with the world around you. The Matrix loves the intellectual spiritualist. It poses no threat. A person who can quote Rumi but is terrified of their own anger is still controllable. A person who understands the mechanics of manifestation but is too frozen by unhealed trauma to feel worthy of receiving is still locked in the old system. This week, you will see this trap everywhere. In conversations, in online forums, in the way people discuss the very energies we are talking about now. You will feel the pull to join in, to offer your own intellectual analysis, to prove how much you know. Resist this urge. Instead, listen. Listen to the feeling behind the words. Practice discerning the difference between someone who is speaking from a place of integrated embodied knowing, and someone who is speaking from a place of fear, using spiritual concepts as a sophisticated defense mechanism. This discernment is a crucial spiritual muscle you must develop during this aftershock period. It will protect you from being pulled into energetic loops that drain your power. When you feel the pull to analyze, choose to feel instead. When you feel the urge to explain, choose to experience instead. This choice, made over and over again this week, will fundamentally rewire your energetic system. It will build a foundation of unshakable integrity within your field, making you impervious to the instability of the aftershock and preparing you for the profound clarity that the coming full moon will offer to those who have done the real raw emotional work. You are building your arc, not out of thoughts and theories, but out of felt, lived and integrated experience. This is what will allow you to ride the coming waves, rather than being swept away by them. We will expose the second, even more hidden trap in a moment, but first sit with this. Are you a spiritual thinker, or a spiritual feeler? This week, the universe is demanding you become the latter. Now that you have committed to the path of embodiment, to feeling rather than simply thinking your way through this potent time, you have successfully navigated the first layer of the maze. But be warned, the architecture of these aftershock traps is cunning. For every lightworker who escapes the prison of the mind, the system has built a second, more active cage. This brings us to the second anti-spiritual trap, a pitfall that snares so many beautiful, well-intentioned souls who are buzzing with the residual energy of the 777 gateway. This is the trap of frantic, misaligned action. It is the shadow side of motivation, the ego's desperate attempt to co-opt spiritual energy and turn it into a productivity marathon. The portal aftershock has flooded your system with a high-frequency current. It feels like a cosmic shot of espresso. The immature, energetic body interprets this surge not as a call to integrate, but as a command to do. Suddenly, you are overwhelmed with an urgent, almost panicked need to change everything right now. Quit the job. Start the healing business. Write the book. Move across the country. Confront every person who has ever wronged you. Cleanse every crystal. Perform a dozen rituals a day. The ego whispers, the gateway is closing. If you don't act now, you will miss your chance. Hurry. This is one of the most dangerous traps of all, because it feels so incredibly productive. It feels righteous. It feels like you are finally seizing your power and taking control of your destiny. But you must look at the frequency behind the action. Is it rooted in a deep, calm, centered inner knowing? Or is it fueled by a subtle humming anxiety? By the fear of missing out? By the need to prove to yourself and the world that you are doing the work? The chaotic, distorted energy of the aftershock makes it very difficult to discern the difference. Aligned, soul-led action feels spacious. It feels inevitable. It flows with a sense of divine timing and effortlessness. Misaligned, ego-driven action feels frantic. It is scattered, exhausting, and leaves you feeling wired but simultaneously depleted. It is a spiritual spending spree, burning through your precious life force energy on projects and pursuits that are not yet ripe or are not even on your true soul path. The universe gave you a powerful energetic inheritance with the 777 gateway, and this trap tempts you to spend it all in one chaotic week. You will end up by the 14th of July feeling burnt out, confused, and further from your goals than when you started, wondering why the magical energy didn't work for you. The antidote to this trap is as simple as it is radical in our modern world: the sacred pause. It is the discipline of non-doing. It is the courage to receive a massive surge of cosmic energy, and instead of immediately trying to channel it outward, you allow it to settle within you, to marinate in your cells, to recalibrate your DNA, to rewrite your energetic blueprint from the inside out. This week, your most powerful spiritual action may be to do nothing at all, to sit in silence, to walk in nature without a destination, to listen more than you speak, to allow the frantic energy of the world to swirl around you while you remain anchored in the unshakable stillness of your own core. True guidance does not scream, it whispers, and you cannot hear a whisper in a hurricane of self-imposed busyness. This week, if you feel that frantic push to do, take it as a red flag. Stop, breathe, place a hand on your heart and ask, is this coming from a place of love and wisdom, or a place of fear and lack? Wait for the answer. The silence is your sanctuary. It is the incubation chamber where the energy of the gateway transforms from raw potential into embodied wisdom. Only from that place of integrated wisdom can true, aligned, and miraculously effective action be born. And this leads us directly into the third, and perhaps most heartbreaking, of the anti-spiritual traps. Because when you fall for the trap of frantic action and inevitably burn out, or when you see others falling for it and appearing to make huge strides, you become vulnerable to the trap of spiritual comparison and despair. This is the Matrix's favorite tool for draining the power of the awakening collective. It is the insidious voice that whispers, "Look at them. They're launching their new website. She just manifested a soulmate. He's having profound mystical visions. What's wrong with you? Why are you just sitting here? You must be doing it wrong. You are not as spiritual. You are not as chosen. You are being left behind." This trap turns your focus outward, horizontally, instead of inward and upward, vertically. It severs your direct connection to your own divine guidance system and plugs you into the collective static of competition and inadequacy, which are the foundational frequencies of the 3D world. During this aftershock period, this trap is particularly potent. The distortion field can make it seem like everyone else is experiencing miracles while you are stuck in the mud of your own emotional processing. You will see the highlight reels, the curated posts of spiritual success, and your unhealed wound of not enoughness will be triggered. This is a deliberate design. The old paradigm cannot survive if a critical mass of humanity realizes that their own unique, quiet, internal journey is profoundly sacred and utterly sufficient. It needs you to believe that you need an external guru, an external system, an external validation to be saved or to ascend. The moment you begin to compare, you leak your power. The despair that follows is a low vibrational anchor that pulls you right back down into the very density you have been working so hard to transcend. Your journey is yours alone. Your timing is impeccable. Your quiet day of sitting with a difficult emotion, successfully navigating a trigger without reacting, or choosing stillness over panic is a greater spiritual victory than launching 1,000 websites from a place of fear. The universe is not grading on a curve. The most profound shifts are silent. They are cellular. They are invisible to the outside world. They are the moments you choose love over fear in the quiet privacy of your own heart. That is the entire game. If you are ready to reclaim your power from the poison of comparison and to honor the sacred, unique, and perfect unfolding of your own divine path, you must declare it now. This is an act of spiritual warfare against the matrix of inadequacy. Comment "My path is divine" below. Say it out loud as you type it. Feel the truth of it resonate in your bones. This is you telling your subconscious mind and the entire quantum field that you are withdrawing your consent to be judged, measured, or ranked. You are a sovereign being, and your journey is a masterpiece in progress, unfolding in its own perfect time. By claiming this sovereignty, you build an impenetrable shield around your energetic field. You begin to understand that another's success does not diminish your own potential. In fact, in a unified 5D field, another's victory is your victory. You can learn to celebrate them without the sting of comparison, knowing that their light illuminates the path for all. But this requires you to be fiercely loyal to your own inner experience first. This week, consider a sacred media fast. Unplug from the feeds that trigger you. Mute the voices that make you feel small. Your only job right now is to tend to your own inner garden. Are you watering it with love, patience, and self-acceptance, or are you poisoning it with comparison and despair? The first trap tempts you to live in your head. The second tempts you into a frenzy of panicked action. And this third trap uses the fallout from both to plunge you into a state of hopeless separation. They are a sequence, a downward spiral. But you have the power to break the chain. You do it by feeling your feelings, by choosing stillness over franticness, and by honoring your own sacred journey above all else. This is how you navigate the aftershock. This is how you arrive at the 14th, not drained and depleted, but whole, integrated, and ready for the next chapter. And the traps that await us next are even more personal, dealing with the very people around you and the fabric of your closest relationships. We have now exposed the internal landscape of deception, the traps of intellectual bypass, frantic action, and spiritual comparison. By committing to embodiment, the sacred pause, and honoring your unique path, you have begun to build a powerful inner fortress. But the portal aftershock is not just an internal event. Its chaotic frequencies ripple outward, distorting the very fabric of your relationships and your interactions with the world. The next set of traps are externalized. They test your newly forged inner sovereignty against the pressures of the collective. This brings us to the fourth anti-spiritual trap, one that is causing immense confusion and heartache for lightworkers everywhere right now. This is the trap of the false twin or counterfeit soul connection. Pay very close attention, because this one is cloaked in magic and cosmic significance. During a period of high energetic flux and emotional vulnerability like this aftershock, the universe will often test your discernment in the realm of love and connection. You may suddenly and intensely connect with someone. The synchronicity will be off the charts. You'll have the same birthday. You'll see their name everywhere. They will seem to finish your sentences and articulate the deepest secrets of your soul. Your ego, starving for validation and a magical narrative, will immediately label this a twin flame or a divine soulmate. But here is the critical distinction you must make this week. Is this connection genuinely elevating your frequency, inspiring you to be more of your authentic self, and supporting your sovereign journey? Or is it a trauma bond dressed up in spiritual language? The aftershock energy amplifies everything, including unresolved attachment wounds. A counterfeit connection will feel intensely magnetic, almost addictive, because it perfectly mirrors your unhealed patterns. If you have a wound of abandonment, you will attract someone who is emotionally unavailable, creating a push-pull dynamic that your system mistakes for profound karmic passion. If you have a wound of not being seen, you will attract someone who idealizes you, putting you on a pedestal that is destined to crumble, leaving you feeling more invisible than ever. This false twin acts as an energetic siphon. The connection will feel ecstatic in one moment and draining in the next. It will distract you from your purpose. You will find yourself obsessing, analyzing every text, and pouring your precious life force energy into trying to figure out the connection instead of pouring it into your own healing and mission. This is a trap designed to derail the most powerful souls by exploiting their deepest longing for union. True divine partnership is built on freedom, sovereignty, and mutual empowerment. It does not feel like a frantic, confusing, and draining puzzle you have to solve. It feels like peace. It feels like coming home to yourself, in the presence of another. This week, be ruthlessly honest. If a connection is causing you more confusion than clarity, more anxiety than peace, you must have the courage to label it for what it is: a lesson, not a destination. A catalyst for your own healing, not the finish line. Bless it, learn from it, and gently, lovingly, disengage your energy. Your true divine connections will find you when you are whole, not when you are looking for another person to complete you. This leads us to the fifth, closely related trap, which extends beyond romantic connections to your friends, family, and colleagues. It is the trap of overgiving and empathic drainage. As your frequency rises and you become more embodied through navigating these energies, you become a lighthouse. Your light is brighter, clearer, and more potent. This is a beautiful thing, but it also means that every ship lost in the storm will be drawn to you. During the chaotic aftershock, people who are unconscious of these energies will be feeling immense anxiety, fear, and confusion. They will be acting out. They will be desperate for relief, and they will consciously or unconsciously seek out those who seem to have a sense of peace or stability. They will seek out you. The trap is to believe that it is your spiritual duty to save them. It is the belief that to be a good spiritual person, you must absorb their pain, solve their problems, and let them plug into your energetic field like a charging station. This is the martyr archetype, a deeply ingrained 3D program of self-sacrifice. You will feel their panic, and your empathic nature will want to take it away. You will listen for hours, offer endless advice, and pour your light into their darkness, and at the end of the day, you will feel utterly hollowed out, while they have only received a temporary fix. You have fallen for the trap. You have confused compassion with codependence. True compassion is holding space for another to find their own power. It is being the lighthouse, standing tall, shining your light, and trusting that they have their own inner navigation system to find their way to shore. It is not abandoning your post to jump into the stormy waters and drown with them. This week, your energetic boundaries must be non-negotiable. This will be difficult. It will require you to say no. It will require you to disappoint people. It will require you to sit with the guilt that the Matrix has programmed into you around prioritizing your own well-being. But it is the most loving thing you can do, for yourself and for them. Every time you rescue someone, you rob them of the opportunity to develop their own spiritual muscles. You reinforce their belief that they are powerless. Your greatest gift to the world right now is not your service, but your frequency. Your primary responsibility is to keep your own lighthouse brightly lit. This means protecting your energy with a fierce warrior-like devotion. Visualize a shield of golden light around you. Practice energetic cord cutting. Learn to say, "I love you, but I cannot carry this for you." This is not selfish, it is sacred. It is the work of a true master. If you are finally ready to release the martyr program, to stop setting yourself on fire to keep others warm, and to claim your sovereign right to protect your sacred energy, then you must make this declaration. This is a powerful release of old vows of self-sacrifice that may be lingering in your field. Comment "My energy is sacred" below. This is you breaking the chains of codependence and stepping into the role of the empowered lighthouse, not the exhausted lifeguard. Now, as you stand in your power, protecting your field from false connections and energy vampires, you become a beacon of truth. This makes you a threat to the illusions held by those around you, which activates the sixth anti-spiritual trap, the trap of needing to be understood. When you change, when you start setting boundaries, when you no longer participate in low vibrational gossip or drama, when you speak a new language of frequency and energy, the people around you may not understand. They may react with fear, ridicule, or anger. They may call you selfish. They may say you've changed and not for the better. They may accuse you of being woo-woo or living in a fantasy world. The trap is to get pulled into the argument. It is the desperate, ego-driven need to justify your path, to explain your truth, to convert them, to make them see. You will waste countless hours and immense emotional energy trying to get validation from people who are living in a completely different reality paradigm. You cannot explain the color blue to someone who has only ever seen in black and white. Your journey is not a debate. Your truth does not require a jury. The desperate need for external validation is a sign that you do not yet fully own your own experience. The aftershock energy will amplify this dynamic. The gap between your frequency and the frequency of the unawakened collective will feel wider and more jarring than ever. You must release the need to bridge that gap with words. You bridge it with your being. You lead by example, not by explanation. The antidote is radical self-validation. It is the quiet, unshakable confidence that comes from your own direct experience. When faced with ridicule or misunderstanding, your most powerful response is a serene, loving silence. You do not need to defend your reality. You just need to live it. This week, let go of the need to be seen, heard, or understood by anyone who is not capable of meeting you at your level. Find your soul family, your tribe, even if it's just one other person or an online community who gets it without explanation. Pour your energy into those connections. For everyone else, offer them love from a distance and release them with grace. Your peace is more important than their approval. This is a master-level practice of emotional sovereignty. By navigating this trap, you reclaim the last vestiges of power you were giving away to the outside world, making you a truly self-contained, self-sourcing vessel of light, fully prepared for the final, most subtle traps that the universe has in store. You have made it this far. You have navigated the treacherous internal landscapes and fortified your boundaries against the external pressures of the portal, aftershock. You are embodying your feelings, moving with intention, honoring your path, and protecting your sacred energy. You have become a sovereign being. But the final traps are the most subtle of all. They are not about doing or not doing, but about the very nature of the reality you are perceiving. They are designed to test your faith in the unseen and your trust in the divine process, especially when the physical world seems to show no evidence of the changes you feel inside. This brings us to the seventh anti-spiritual trap, a profound test of patience and vision. This is the trap of 3D evidence-based manifestation. This is the belief that your inner work is only working if you see immediate, tangible, material results. After the immense energetic download of the 777 gateway and a week of intense integration during the aftershock, a part of you, the human, egoic part, expects a reward. It expects the money to appear in the bank account, the soulmate to knock on the door, the perfect job offer to land in your inbox. When it doesn't happen on your timeline, this trap is sprung. You begin to doubt. Did I do it wrong? Was any of that real? Maybe this is all just a fantasy. This is the final test of the 3D mind. It is a mind that has been programmed for linear causality, cause and effect, work and reward. It does not understand the quantum nature of creation. In the 5D field you are anchoring. Manifestation works differently. It is not linear. It is vibrational. The work you have been doing this week, the emotional clearing, the boundary setting, the embodiment, has been fundamentally rewriting your core frequency. You have been recoding the energetic signature of your reality. This is the real work. The physical manifestation, the 3D stuff, is the very last thing to fall into place. It is the echo of a vibrational shift that has already happened. To demand physical proof before the new vibration has had time to solidify and attract its physical equivalent is like planting a seed in the ground and then digging it up every day to see if it's growing. You will kill the very creation you are trying to birth. The aftershock period is specifically designed to test this faith. The distortion field can create an illusion of stagnation or even regression in the material world, precisely to see if you will abandon your newfound frequency. It's the universe asking, will you hold the vibration of abundance even when your bank account looks empty? Will you hold the frequency of love even when you are sitting alone? Will you hold the knowing of your success even when you have a stack of rejection letters? The antidote is unshakable, blind faith in the unseen. It is the profound understanding that your feelings, your inner state of being, are the true reality. The material world is just a shadow, a lagging indicator that is desperately trying to catch up to the new you. This week, you must fall in love with the feeling of your desires fulfilled, without any need for external validation. Celebrate the tiny shifts, a moment of spontaneous joy, a feeling of peace where there once was anxiety, a newfound ability to say no without guilt. These are not small things, these are everything. They are the evidence that the miracle has already happened on the inside. Hold that frequency. Nurture it, protect it from the doubt of the 3D mind. Know with every cell of your being that what is real is the energy, and the physical form is simply an inevitability that is on its way. You are not waiting for it. You are allowing it. And it is in this state of allowing, of divine trust, that the final and most profound trap reveals itself. This is the 8th and final anti-spiritual trap. The trap of the false finish line. It is the belief that ascension or enlightenment is a destination you arrive at. It's the subtle thought that once this difficult week is over, once the full moon passes, once you've navigated all these traps, the work will be done. You will have graduated. You can finally relax, and everything will be easy from now on. This is the most beautiful and dangerous illusion of all. It sets you up for a devastating fall, because the spiritual path is not a race with a finish line. It is an infinite spiral. There is no final arrival, only a continuous process of becoming. Each gateway, each portal, each aftershock is simply a turn in the spiral, elevating you to a new level of awareness. And at each new level, there are new lessons, new challenges, and new more subtle traps to navigate. The goal is not to stop the game, it is to learn to love playing it. It is to find joy in the process of expansion itself. The moment you believe you have arrived, your growth stops, your ego calcifies around a new spiritual identity, and you become rigid, dogmatic, and closed off to the infinite mystery that is still unfolding. The portal aftershock from July 8th to 14th is not the final exam. It is a powerful initiation that prepares you for the next higher octave of your soul's curriculum. To fall for the trap of the false finish line is to miss the entire point. The point is not to get to a place where you are free from all challenges. The point is to become the kind of person who can meet any challenge with grace, wisdom, and an open heart. The point is to become a master of the game. The antidote to this trap is to cultivate a state of joyful, humble, eternal studentship. It is to wake up each morning and ask, Universe, what beautiful mystery can I learn about today? What part of myself can I meet with more love? It is to release the tension of striving and replace it with the curiosity of discovery. When you adopt this mindset, you become invincible. No challenge can break you, because every challenge is simply another lesson from a loving teacher. No perceived failure can crush you, because it is just feedback, guiding you back to your path. You are not trying to get somewhere, you are simply learning to be more fully here, and so we stand at the precipice. The 777 gateway is fading, its echoes creating a gauntlet of 8 anti-spiritual traps designed to test your integrity, your discernment, and your faith. You have been warned. You have been given the keys. You know to avoid the prison of the mind, the frenzy of panicked action, the poison of comparison, the illusion of false soulmates, the drain of codependence, the need for validation, the demand for physical proof, and the myth of a final destination. This week is your sacred training ground. It will test you. It will push you. It will reveal every crack in your foundation. Do not fear this. Welcome it. Each trap you successfully navigate is not just a danger avoided, it is a profound empowerment. You are not just surviving this aftershock, you are using its turbulent energy to alchemize yourself into the next most powerful version of your being. You are forging yourself in the fires of cosmic initiation. If you have received this entire transmission, and if it resonates in the core of your being, know that this was a divine appointment. You were meant to hear this. You are one of the ones who is choosing to walk this path with eyes wide open, to seal this sacred contract with yourself and the universe. For this final time, anchor your commitment. Type "I am the alchemist" in the comments below. Declare that you are not a victim of these energies, but a conscious creator who will use them for your highest evolution. Remember to like this video to spread this light to others who need it, and if you haven't already, subscribe, because our journey together does not end here. This is just one chapter. The path continues to unfold, and we will walk it together. Go forward into this week not with fear, but with the quiet, unshakable confidence of a master in training. The world may be in chaos, but you are the calm in the center of the storm. The gateway may be closing, but your own personal portal to your higher self is just now opening wider than ever before. Walk through it.